Hi guys, how are you? Sorry, I just had to send the link to the guys, to the people. I know Andy's live right now. I hope everyone is doing okay. Is it Wednesday today? I always kind of yeah, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday and I'm feeling good. I hope you're. I have in class in 3 minutes, damn you universe. Maybe you should skip class. I'm just joking. I'm just joking, guys. Okay, so whatever you want me to look at, just send me in the comments and I'll give it a shot. But we're pretty bearish right now. Sorry, I mean bullish. Speaking of you out here looking like Miss Universe, girl. Thank you so much, girl. Still working, but crypto first. Miller, yes. These are sweet, guys. Okay, so I have an important level. Oh, you are the teacher, Lauren. Well, tell the kids to go home. Tell them kids to go home. Okay, so on on Ethereum, I'm gonna have a trend line looking like this. I took it away before, but I kind of want it still. Looking at the 4-hour chart, yeah, that looks good. So we did break the. I can't skip it. I'll see you in an hour. Have a good day, Lauren. Good luck with your class. Okay, so let's see what could potentially happen. I'm having lines, as you can see, here around, what is this? This is 4,474, and that is because you can count out in different ways how you can find the next lower high. So I did calculate it from this highest point, and you can see we did retest it one time. We did have another line right here, but we did break it, or we did come back down from it. Market again went down. So the only thing that I'm looking at right now, bye Lauren, puss puss, ha det bra. The only thing that I'm looking for, obviously we can see the market is going up. We're taking another trend line like this. And that is we're gonna have it from the 4-hour chart instead, looking something like that. Touched it perfectly. So yeah, we could come back down and retest the trend line that we just broke. We are creating higher lows, as we can see. We did, let's see. On the weekly, daily. Okay, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna take away these because it looks like we're coming up. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna look at the 12-hour chart and just trying to find the fake out, and we do have one right here, as we can see. So I'm gonna do something like this, and I'm just gonna 70, and do I have it? So let's see, 3807 plus 1. Yeah, exactly. So 3. Just give me 1 second, guys. I'm just trying to calculate this. 907. Oh no. Of course, we're gonna have it like, we're gonna have 3. We're gonna have 3907. And then we are gonna have 4007, and then we are gonna have 4107, and we're gonna have, so guys, I know it's a lot of people coming in. I'm just trying to calculate something so we can see where we could potentially have our next retest. So just una momentos, guys, and I'll be right back at you. You're probably wondering what the heck I'm doing. Okay, let's see. Was that 43? 44.70. And I'm just gonna have a last one. 45.70. So we're gonna take away these because I do not need them anymore. Okay, so that was on the 12-hour chart. So what we're gonna do right now is that you could potentially see market either coming back down a little bit more. I've been drinking, we call it Trocadero in Sweden, so it gives you bubbles in your throat. Okay, so let's see. We could potentially come back down and retest 4,307, because what I did right now is that I did calculate where we potentially could have our next higher low. I did calculate it from earlier. I'm just gonna take them back so you can see how good it actually is. Oh, so you just give me, yeah. Okay, so we're going to the lower time frames. As you can see, every time the market came to these levels that I right now had, you have the small fake out to it. So this was from the level I did calculate it from. Smoking Joe, hello, how are you? Market came back down and retested this 4070. We did break it a little bit, but then we came back down. And then we just pushed to the upside, and then we came back down and retested for the 4,270. And right now we could potentially retest 4,370, or we can just break this 4,470 instead, and you give you the retest continuation to the upside. So that is something you can calculate different. You can calculate how to find your higher lows or higher highs, lower lows, lower highs, and that is just what I did. So I don't always use Fibonacci levels, but can you see how perfectly this is? We came to these levels also, as you can see, but we were just consolidating between them. The market found the support, market broke to the upside. At that point, you could have taken the Fibonacci from lowest point to the highest point at these levels. Market came back down, retest, market continuation to the upside. So I'm gonna use these as targets to see if the market comes back down to it. So I'm just gonna put an alarm on Ethereum, and I never have my pen, so this is super annoying. Just give me 1 second, I need to get my pen, guys. Oh, I'm back. So let's see. Also, I want the market to contact me when the market has been when the market is touching this level. So at that point, I can see and decide if I want to go long or not. If we break in that level and we can come back down to 4,342, or the Fibonacci level 61% at 4,326. If we see the market coming to these levels, obviously I could also go for a long position from these, and that is also the retest of the trend line that we just broke. So we just have to wait. So patience is key, guys. So that is good. Hey fam, how are you? Super happy to have you here. Yeah, so we did have a huge engulfing candle. We did engulf 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles. So this was a pretty huge candlestick, as long as we're not seeing the market coming back inside of the trend line again, because at that point you could see the market retesting the trend line from below, and then you see market continues back down. Valeria, hello, how are you? How are you, darling? Hair grow for men, that was interesting. Yeah. Holding some heavy crypto bags, Darren. Oh, it doesn't feel good, Darren, right? It doesn't feel good. How could we help you? Yeah, so that's what I see on Ethereum. If there are any pair you want me to look at, just tell me and I will try to do that. Okay, so we're seeing what's happening on Bitcoin. I would say a Mana. Okay, we're going to Mana. I'm gonna ignore Bitcoin. Ignore Bitcoin. Ethereum above the 50 demo will go up short time. Mana USDT. Okay, so we're looking at Mana and okay, so this is the 4-hour chart I want to see. Yeah, so we came back down on Mana. And we did retest the support that I was talking about yesterday. Pretty good. We came back down and we had this morning we did have wicks to the downside. Looking at the lower time frames, this is how it looks. So this is super perfect when we are, or when I'm looking for to go into the market. So the market came back down. You saw the market touch this 61% level on the Fibonacci, and at that point what I'm doing is that I'm taking another Fibonacci to see if the market comes back down and retest the 15 minutes Fibonacci. It did that. It came back 2 times and we did create high lows. Then market broke to the upside. So it was this was pretty good. So if you were looking at this live stream that we did have yesterday and you wanted me to look at Mana, it was was a pretty good, I mean, I'm still no financial advisor, but it was a pretty good entry for you to go inside. Yeah, I do not know why I'm having the trend line like this though. Maybe it was because it was on the 4-hour, I don't know, because this trend line should not look like this. The trend line has to look like this. But we are still creating a low, higher low, higher low. So we just might see the market now breaking this level, and then you see market continues up. Still the same target, 4.3, 4.8, and 5.3. Okay, so now we can go into Bitcoin. Let's see what we are. Let's see. The market is just consolidating. We did come back down to this previous support that we did have around 49,300. But what we can do is that we're changing it, because I was looking at so I had the, yeah, exactly. So market did the same thing. Oh, okay, we're on Mana again. Hello from the States. Hello, MM. How are you? Okay, so we did have the market coming back down to the Maverick. YouTubers are saying Bitcoin is pumping. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's not pumping that much. Whatever say yes, the market is. So for myself, so I was at the store when the market went down to the Fibonacci levels that I did have. So I actually didn't have the chance to go into to the market. And first of all, I didn't want to go into a market looking like this, because you had a huge candlestick, and then yeah, we saw the market moving up, but that is still not a good position for me to get in. Obviously, when you're having my students didn't show up till now. Obviously, if I would have a buy limit order, the market would have activated it. But I didn't have that on this at this time, so I didn't go into this trade. But we could see market coming back down. We did retest this previous support. We also came back down and retested the 50 and 61%, and then market went straight up. So let's see what could potentially happen. Guys, what do you think will happen? That's the question. We are still below this trend line that we did break. And we're having, so the market is pretty boring right now. I think it's very easy to lose money in a market looking like this, because I know everyone wants to buy the market. You see this bullish candlestick and now everyone's getting hyped. But for, the market is, to be honest, this could just be a pullback, because the market just looking at the higher perspective, you're still going down, guys. We're still going down. So this could just be a counter trend line that we're having. I'm gonna take these away, because that is also this is also higher lows, lower highs targets that I did create since before, and we could potentially see the market coming up to 52,880 and also retesting this level, retesting the previous resistance that we did break, and then you just might see market coming back down. I'm still looking. I don't care about what anyone else actually is thinking, because I know so many people want the market to go up, but the market, I still need to see the market breaking certain levels before I'm actually 100% long. So we're still below this trend line, as you can see. And just because the market is going up a little bit, I mean, the market goes up, down all the time. Just because you see the market having a bearish candlestick, bullish candlestick, that doesn't mean the whole, everything will change like in 2 seconds. It's not gonna happen. So what I'm waiting for is that you just might come up and retest this level one more time. You just might just close below this previous high that we're having around 51,800, and then market goes back down. Could potentially happen. Bye, Lauren. What are you munching? It's chocolate. It's called Marabou in Sweden. It's chocolate, guys. Oh. Okay, so we're gonna look at Solana. I'm just gonna take these away. And the same thing, like you're having, this is the thing, like the only thing that we're having is wicks. We're only having wicks. We're still at the support right here, as you can see. So I'm not a financial advisor, but if you want to buy the market and you don't see the market breaking this level, 100 around 190 is a super super good level. Unprofessional. What's unprofessional? Me eating? Why? Yeah, so potentially if we're coming back down and retesting this support combined with the Fibonacci around 189, either way you can respect it, but you could see the market coming back down and retest it as a new resistance, and then market goes back down. So it could be a fake out to the upside. Everyone's super happy the market goes up, but from nowhere the market goes back down again. Stop breathing too, Nut. It's unprofessional. Yeah. No! Yeah, I know. How come no one wants in a TA today? Yeah. Are you just here to hear me talk? Am I that funny to listen to? I'm very happy to hear about that. Yeah, so the market is pretty boring, guys. The market is not so many things happening right now. There's not so many things happening. Yeah, we're still at the support. So either we will break the support or we will hold it. That is the only thing I'm looking at right now. But if we're seeing this candlestick closing below this level at 185 or 100, around 180, you see the retest market continue back down. Oh, Joseph, hello, how are you? Don't make me laugh today. Okay, we're just taking everything away, as always. So we are looking at these previous highs that we can take benefit of and see how the market's going to behave around these previous weeks. So it's the same thing here. So if we're closing below 2.446, that could be the market actually giving us the fake out. You see the retest market continues back down. That could also give us the head and shoulders. Market goes back down. Because we're coming up and retesting is the previous the previous high of this previous daily candle, as you can see right here. So that is why we could see that happening. Looks like, okay, so every time at this moment we are in New York session, and just about this time the market always starts to move very much. So that is why we are seeing the market right now coming back down. So during London session the market was very bullish, and during New York session now the market begins to be bearish. So yeah, I'm looking at Matic 2.449, and you could see potentially retest, market comes back down again. Doesn't have to come back down so much, but I definitely don't think the market will definitely not continue back up now. Stop scratching, take a bath. Okay, let's see. MOVR. MOVR USDT. Okay, yes, of course, we're gonna look at this pair. We're just gonna take everything away. We had this previous support. It's turning into a resistance. Potentially, okay, so this is the same thing. We're just having a market going straight down. So even if the market moves up a little bit, doesn't mean the market is market will not just break to the upside. So if you want the market to go up, I'm sorry guys, that is not what I see right now. I'm not gonna sit here telling you the market will go up just because, you know, you want to. We could potentially come up to this previous support that we did break at 239.6580. We just might either come back down from that level, or you see the retest, market goes back up. You could potentially see market coming up to this trend line that we're having from the daily chart. As you can see, market just go downs. We could take a Fibonacci from lowest point to the from the highest point to the lowest point, and I'm taking it from this last leg with the bullish candlestick. So either you could see market coming up to 272.4 and you just might have a lower high created, or you will break it and come up to the trend line. If we're breaking the trend line, you see the retest, then the market just might go long. But if the market is bullish now, that could just be the pullback. Okay, we're gonna look at AVAX, and we are still doing, so the market has just been going sideways. We're just consolidating in between 96.54 and from this fake out. As you could see, the market actually came back down, just as I told you yesterday. The market came back down, you saw the retest, and market now did continue back up. So if we're holding ourselves above 86.68, the market could just have another touch, market goes back up again, but it looks like we could consolidate in between these levels, as you can see. And from these levels, it's very easy to lose the money, because you just might think the market will continue back up or continue back down, but in reality, the market is just bouncing off the support and resistance around 86 and 96. So if I would trade this market, I would just buy the market until the resistance, or sell the resistance back down to the support. So that is what I potentially could see, or what I see right now. Looking at the daily, we don't have clear we don't have anything clear. We're just having a huge bearish candlestick from last week. You have a doji creating right now, but it's still 4 days left of this candle, so many things could potentially happen. But if we're having a doji on the weekly chart, you could definitely just see market consolidating between these levels. So that is the first thing that I'm seeing right now on AVAX. And it looks the same thing on every pair, because I typed Natalie Anderson and Bitcoin. Mark! Hello, Miss Fibonacci. How are you, Sabari? I'm super good. How are you? Ethereum, Bitcoin. Just hit the notification bell. That's good. So welcome to this live stream, everyone. I'm super happy to have you here. Okay, let's see what's happening on Ethereum, Bitcoin. We're going to the weekly, having huge momentum. Okay, so we're just starting over, and I want to see how we look on the monthly chart. So we came up and retested previous monthly. So much. What? Okay, looking like that. Okay, so if we are seeing the market, or I would see the market now breaking to the downside, we can take a Fibonacci from 0.78 to the highest point, and I'm taking it from this bearish wick. And if I see the market coming back down, obviously because we're having huge momentum right now, so the market is in an uptrend. So potentially what market can do is coming back down and retest the 61% level at 0.08. And that is also the last monthly close. That is the last monthly high. So market could definitely come back down and retest that level and then continuing to the upside. The targets that I'm having is 0.8, it's 0.9 and 0.95. Richard Tate. Yeah, I'm actually thinking the same thing as you. And the sad thing is that everyone who sees a bullish candlestick think the market will just break from nowhere, and now you'll have the 100 you know, it's gonna reach 100,000 billions, whatever. It's just a pullback. It could potentially just be a pullback. I'm still short. Student, mom texted and they forgot. Lol, thank you, universe. I'm good. See you live. Jump on the Natalie bridge. Yeah, that bridge. Okay, so let's see what else. I think I saw something else. Void? What is that? Void? I think it's this one. FE. Is it this one? Then is it this one? Oh, well, I'm never gonna look at that one if this. Sorry. Yes, I'm a gentleman and you are not, because you put me on 5-minute time hold. Well, he can do that. Richard, when I had that same feeling, me and my ex split up. Best choice ever. Follow me. Am I late? Check Sand. No, you can look at Sand. Sand USDT. La 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 la. Okay, we're looking at Sand. And we are still below the trend line, as always. And the market right here is also just consolidating. So we are bouncing in between the support that we're having around the 4.9. And we're also having this previous high at 5.6. We could potentially take a trend line from the lowest point to the highest point. We could potentially see market coming up to 5.46, or we're touching the trend line one more time and then market goes back down. Targets that I'm having is the support at 4.97 is 4.66 and 4.43. So yeah, that is what I see. We could potentially also just come back down to the previous support and just have another fake out, the market just moving sideways in between these levels. Okay, so let's see. Hello, fellow investors. Okay, so let's see. VR. Wow. This is such a funny pair. Yeah, we're still below. We are still below, but let's see. So we kinda... This is how it can look. So we did break the trend line, but this is also something that can happen right now. Is that we're having the fake out. Market comes inside, and then you see the retest, market comes back down again. or we can just come back down to this previous support that we're having around 0.31687 if we want to be precisely, okay? So going down to the lower time frames again, either we are coming back down to into the resistance to the trend line, the market is giving us the fake out, you see the retest, market comes back down to the support. When we're coming to the support, either we are breaking, retesting it, and then we're continuing back down. At that point, we can look at this previous wick that we're having right here at 0.25, but we can also come back down to the support, and then you see the market actually having the power to break this level, market goes back up. So guys, if you didn't know, if you're new to the channel, on Bybit right now, I promise you that I would show you the trade if I was supposed to go into a trade today. I didn't go into the Bitcoin trade, so I'm not in a position right now. But if you want to use Bybit, it's a super good platform if you're a swing trader. We're having right now through me a bonus up to $600. You're having the link in the description down below into the description. Just scrolling down and you'll see it right here, and it takes about less than 1 minute to create an account. But this is very good for you if you are a swing trader and you want to have very low fees while you're having your orders active. And if you didn't know, on Andy's channel today, he did have if you haven't heard about Casta, you can look at this interview that he's having with the CEO of Casta. This is Carl, super good at what he's doing. So you can go into Andy's channel. I'll leave the link in the description and you'll understand everything about Casta. So they're gonna launch in the beginning of next year, and you will be able to send crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum through this app for free with zero fees, because when we're doing that today, it could be very expensive. So if you want to go inside and look at that interview that they're having, please guys go and do that, so you will understand. Message deleted. In my heart, this is what I want to do. I'm starting out with very little and I'm gonna build it up and then repeat. That's good, Richard. Stop hijacking Nat's live stream. Get your own viewers, lol. You're trying to take my followers! Okay, guys, is there anything that you want me to... Is there anything more you want me to look at? Check link. Wolf? Is you the wolf that I think I know it is? From France? Okay, we're looking at chain link. Market came back. No, it didn't come back down to the targets that the last target that I did have. The market went straight up. Taking Fibonacci from lowest point to the highest point. We came up right now and we did retest the Fibonacci at 23.15. But we're having a pretty huge candle. But looking at this, if we see the market breaking this previous high, and I see the market coming up and retesting it, the market could definitely go back down. But we're having a huge red candlestick, so we'll just have to see if the market will respect this level also. And then as long as we're not breaking 23.16, the market can continue back down from this level. But with this candlestick, if we're closing below 22.22, you could definitely see the market retesting it and then come back down again, because that could be the market creating a wow. Yeah, I just want to see how the market's gonna behave these couple of hours. I mean, the 12-hour chart, 8-hour chart. So yeah, right now for myself, it's just a waiting game to see how the market's gonna behave. Guys, what are you fighting with each other on the channel? Stop doing that. There's no point. Phantom. Okay, so we're looking at Phantom, and it's the same thing right here. So we are slightly below this previous resistance that we did have around 1.46 on the weekly chart. So if we're gonna stay below, above this previous resistance, you could see we did have the fake out. You almost came back and saw the retest of this level. As long as we're holding ourselves above 1.4, 1.49, you could see the market. I mean, we could just consolidate in between this level right now, because the market, after the market has been having this dump that we did have for a couple of days ago, the market usually just consolidate in between certain levels. You just might see the fake out, market go sideways until the market actually decides to either break to one of the sides. So yeah, this is what I see. We could possibly see another fake out from 1.47. Market comes in and then goes up to the resistance to 1.73. Yes, I have done Matic. Natalie, your live will become MMA ground. I hope it's not a fake out, Natalie. CALR. Okay, so we're gonna look at CELR. So guys, if you haven't liked this live stream, please go inside and do that and support this channel. If there's any pair you want me to look at, please feel free to write that down. And I'm super happy to have you here. I'm happy, but the people in the chat is not that happy. They're fighting with each other. Guys, come on. Take a chill pill. Don't have to take everything so serious. You don't have to be rude to each other. We're not on this channel to be rude to each other. At that point, you can go and do something else. Okay, so we came back down. So we're using this previous support trend line that we did have. Looking at the 4-hour chart, we could see the market creating, we could potentially create a inverted head and shoulders against this trend line. As you can see, we came back down and retested it. We could potentially come up to 0.09 or 0.097. And at that point, you just might see the market create another lower high. And then market comes back down. Could potentially happen, doesn't have to happen. We could come back down to 0.63, 0.041, and 0.02. These are 3 targets that I'm basing off this Fibonacci level, but you can also see market coming back down and retesting the trend line, and then you just might see the market goes back up. So that's what I see. But market could also just consolidate in between these levels right here. As you can see, market can come up again to 0.084, and you just might see the market consolidate until the market actually decides to what direction. CELR, EGLD. EGLD. Okay, I'm just gonna start over on EGLD. And we're taking a trend line as always because we want to see what direction the overall picture is. The overall picture, we're still in an uptrend. We're also having a previous support right here at 221. Okay, so that is the daily. The market is just consolidating. It's pretty boring. You know, this is the same thing that we've been having like on every pair. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it looks the same thing on every pair, guys. So we just might see the market consolidating between 280 and 305. And just looking at these targets, it can very easily be, we can easily get faked up from this level until the market actually breaking one of them. Yeah, so before the market actually is just breaking it, consolidate one of the levels the market will break. If we're breaking the support, we could potentially come back down to 219 and then see the market reverse from that level. Okay, we're looking at Crow. We're starting over, the same thing. Okay, so can take a looking like this. We're taking a Fibonacci, and we can see the market actually broke. Nah, not Fibonacci, trend line. I'm sorry. We did have the market breaking this level. You gave us a perfect breakout retest. Let's see. So I'm gonna have the trend line like that. And we're having another trend line just like this. Yeah, it's pretty boring. I know it's boring. Okay. So market can right now also just bounce in between these resistance lines that we're having. Coming back down to maybe 0.54. Market can come up again, retest this level, break to the upside. You're also having a previous support right here, as you can see, around 0.53. You're also having this previous low that we did respect. So the market is going sideways in between 0.43 and 0.53. What was it? Please do BNB. Okay, on BNB, the market came back down, but it was a couple of days ago from 400, from 500. Okay, let's see what else can happen. Market is still creating higher highs and higher lows on the 4-hour chart, as we can see. Looking at the 8-hour, same thing here. We're just bouncing in between these levels from 530 to 652 going. So yeah, so you could potentially see the market having a small trend right here, and you could see market coming up to this resistance around 650, and that potentially see the market coming back down. But if you see the market breaking this level, you can see the retest. And this is very hard when the market is going sideways, because the market can just reverse from the middle of the consolidation, go back down instead of going back up. So that is why you have to be very careful, because you're just having, market doesn't have a clear structure. This is a uptrend. This is good. But now the market is just going sideways. So what we need to do when we're looking at the chart is that we need to figure out what type of cycle we are in. Is it an uptrend? Is it a downtrend? Is the market going sideways? And on the daily, the market is kind of just going sideways. So we're not having a specific direction on to what the market is doing right now. RNDR. So we're looking at RNDR. Market came back down to the support at 4.06. And now the market, let's see, we're taking these away because there were no point of having them on the charts. So the less things that I'm having on the chart, the better. But we're also having the market in a downtrend, as we can see. Market is respecting the trend line, looking like that. We could potentially come up to the trend line again at maybe around, I don't know, but somewhere against this trend line around 4.46. Market could come back down to the support, and until the market finally decides to what direction it will go, at that point I'm taking a decision. Because as I said, guys, it's really hard trading a market like this if you're not just trading the market from support to resistance or resistance to support, because we're going sideways between 5.01 and 4.01 also. Okay, so on Bitcoin, what I potentially could see the market do right now. Okay, let's see, what was that? So just looking at the daily is pretty hard because you just had the market going down. You're having this huge wick right now. So obviously it's about, what is it? It's 6 hours and 51 minutes left before this candlestick is closing. And to be honest, I don't think the market looks good at all. It's not looking good. It's just confusing. And sometimes you just need to stay away from the charts, right? The same thing. Okay, so we did break this resistance, but we are still consolidating in between. You're having the fake out. So the market could definitely just consolidate in between 49,600 and 51,600 also. So what I would do before I definitely see market break either to the downside or to the upside, I could definitely just trade from support to resistance. But remember, it's pretty, it can fake you out. It's very easy to get that. Okay guys, so I'm gonna end this live stream right now. As you can see, the market is not doing so much. I'm gonna send out a video later tonight for an update to see if the market actually has been doing anything more than what it's doing right now. So super happy to have so many people on this. I'm super happy to have you guys on my live stream. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go inside and do that and hit the notification, so when I'm live tomorrow and I'm having my live stream later today, so confused, you're getting the notification and you'll see the update. So thank you so much, Mark, Joseph, Devor, for being here, and I hope you're having a good day. The market is just not doing anything special, but I promise you guys, if something special would happen to the markets, I'm gonna open up a live stream one more time. So thank you Maverick. Thank you, Joseph, Lauren. Thank you. No problem, Lauren. No problem. You're just protecting me. I like that. Hasta la casta, baby. Okay, have a good day, guys. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.